Beautiful. First question, why did you decide to reach out?
So I reached out when I saw the offering because it coincided with I had an idea, a business idea that really sparked a fire within me, but I also felt a resistance to it, and I wanted to explore that resistance. And some things, this was something that I felt I would do better accompanied by somebody else rather than trying to explore it on my own. I think it would push me. I felt like it would push me a little harder to get to the answers that I really needed rather than if I did it on my own, I might get a little bit lazy with it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what was your experience like working with you?
Overall, it was a very positive experience. It gave me some structure to my thinking around what I was trying to resolve. Um, gave me gave me specific things to dig into each week, and helped me with integrating the things that came up in our sessions together. So in the homework, certain things would come up, and then in the discussion, other things would come up. And I got to spend the week integrating the things that came up before I would take on the new homework. So I found the process to be very supportive in a way that enabled me to truly integrate the learning into my daily life.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And what has changed for you since?
A few things have changed. Um, I'm able to recognize things that might have gone unnoticed before. Specifically, something that I'm going to take with me in my life moving forward is the coaching to slow down and recognize signs. Um, there there have been a number of signs that have shown up throughout this process regarding this project that I'm thinking of taking on. And just the ability to slow down a little bit and not just rush into it. Just the fact that I felt the resistance and I raised my hand to myself and said, okay, let's explore this. Um, and and recognizing small signs along the way that point me in one direction or another direction. That's been very valuable to me. Um, another another learning or recognition that has been really valuable is just a little mind shift, a little change on perspective of supporting myself first. What do I need to be supported in this process? Um, and it's helped me to reframe my definition of being accompanied. When we started out, when I talked about this project, I was thinking in terms of I need a partner or I want a partner to accompany me in this process. And now I'm able to think of it in a little bit broader terms. Maybe a company doesn't necessarily mean a partner. Maybe accompanied means I hire a coach. Maybe a company means I hire a consultant or an expert. So there are different ways that I can satisfy that need to feel accompanied in the process to support myself without it looking black and white a certain way.
Wow, beautiful. And the last question, who would you recommend this to?
Um, I think this type of work could be valuable to a lot of different types of people. My recommendation, my greatest recommendation would be someone who has something already defined that they've recognized that they want to work on, even if they don't know exactly what it is. So if you're feeling some kind of resistance to something in your life, or in a question about something at a fork in the road, perhaps, or needing to make a big decision, or recognizing that there's some blockage in one area of your life. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's business, whatever it may be. Maybe it's your relationship with money. Um, I think somebody who has something defined that they know they want to work on and are willing to do the work and challenge themselves would be a perfect fit for this type of work with Taylor.
Mara, it has been an absolute pleasure working together. I
Same
thank you
here.
for stepping in and sharing the parts of yourself that we've been able to connect with. So once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Taylor.